morning and arrive at 7:30 a.m. This week is National FBLA Week. Monday was COSA kickoff. All members will be treated next Wednesday during the monthly meeting to ice cream sundaes. Tuesday was Thank a Staff Member Day. Staff was treated to donuts at BCHS. Today is FBLA officers get Zaxby's lunch during WED. Thursday, FBLA members are encouraged to dress professionally. Friday, show your true colors by wearing FBLA t-shirts or burgundy and gold. FCA students from Barron County High will be hosting a night of worship on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. to share their Christian faith with fellow students at the inaugural event, Courts of Christ. All youth groups that meet on Wednesday nights are encouraged to move their gatherings to Trojan Gym. The guest speaker will be Wayne Dickens, the FCA campus director for WKU. Prom is Saturday, April 21st at the Cave City Convention Center. Tickets are $40 before spring break and $50 after. The theme this year is A Waltz on the Water. You can earn free tickets to the prom by selling 2 boxes of chocolate and earn 1 free ticket. Sell 4 boxes and earn 2 free tickets. FBLA is preparing for the regional conference, which will take place on Tuesday, February 27th in Owensboro at Kentucky Wesleyan College. Members are encouraged to be taking practice tests, and you can get those from your advisor, creating and practicing your presentations, and checking in with your advisor about what you need to be doing. The bus will leave at 6:30 a.m. on February 27th from the high school. Track practice will begin on Monday from 3:15 until 4:30 in the BCHS gym. You must have a KHS AA sports physical to participate. For more information, see Coach Ryan Metzger. State Beta Convention was a huge success this year for BCHS. Here are the list of winners. Gentry Bowles, 2nd place Language Arts. Diego Perez, 3rd place Social Studies. Samantha Morgan, 3rd place On-Site Pencil. 1st Club Trading Pen, 1st place in Scrapbook. 2nd in Campaign Skit, 2nd in Group Talent. 1st in Show Choir, and 2nd in Convention Sweepstakes. Premier Performer Golden Tickets went to Reese Dickin, Lily Shipley, Annabelle Botts, Nathaniel Clifford, Cody Whitfield, and Brianna Crowder. Also, Spencer Steenbergen was recognized for serving as Kentucky Beta Vice President and Caroline Kinsman for being an exceptional officer candidate while representing BCHS. And on the sports calendar for this week, on Friday, the Trojans and Trojanette basketball teams are at Cumberland County, and the swim team will participate in the Region 2 meet in Owensboro. And next Tuesday, the Trojans and Trojanettes play their last home game of this season against Metcalfe County. For a daily rundown on what's happening at BCHS, tune into our student radio broadcast around 7:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. on our high school radio station, Trojan Radio 88.7 FM, and online at barronschools.com. That has been this week's Trojan Report from Barron County High School, where we value pride through preparation, respect, integrity, determination, and excellence. We are BC.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry. Kentucky lawmakers are considering a bill that would put $7 million into an emergency loan fund for school districts struggling to pay basic operations due to declining tax dollars. The bill comes as some eastern Kentucky school districts, long dependent on coal-related tax revenues, have been hit hard by declining coal production. The measure cleared the House Appropriations and Revenue Committee on Tuesday. A Kentucky lawmaker says there's no good reason not to let college students who have a permit to carry a gun carry one on campus. State Representative Tim Moore yesterday said his plan would stop Kentucky public colleges and universities and state university communities from banning law-abiding citizens, licensed adults, from carrying a gun on campus. Moore said the bad guys know campuses are vulnerable because no one can protect themselves. The brother of a Richmond police officer killed in the line of duty says the family is still waiting for justice. Eric Ellis tells WKYT.
It's having to constantly watch this on the news and constantly get updates and delays. We just want it kind of to be over, and we'd love to see this trial take place this summer and get it over with.
Officer Daniel Ellis was killed in 2015 while trying to arrest a burglary suspect. Gregory Ratliff and Raleigh Sizemore are charged with his murder. Their trial is set for July. In sports, Kentucky loses to Tennessee last night at Rupp Arena, 61-59, a loss that Coach John Calipari says is on him.
And again, 17 seconds, I wanted to see, should have called a timeout. This one's on me. It's not on this team. This team did everything they could to try to win the game.
The loss drops Kentucky to 17-7 on the season, 6-5 in the SEC. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
It's the Championship Tractor Pull, February 14th through the 17th at Freedom Hall. Tickets start at $20 at Ticketmaster.com and Shampoo.org. It's louder than ever. The Championship Tractor Pull is powered by Syngenta. Visit champpull.org for more information.
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We now have even more great services like Apple Pay, make payments directly from your smartphone, and People Pay, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet to learn more at ctbi.com. That's ctbi.com.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC.
It means a lot.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible with plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options. South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit SouthCentralKYMonuments.com.
211 Rogers Road in Glasgow, the home of Whitty's Muffler and Alignment, is the well-established hub of state-of-the-art car repairs, accessories, tires, and, coming soon, a revolutionary opportunity that will let you avoid costly out-of-pocket repair bills. Whitty's Muffler and Alignment, celebrating 44 years and looking forward to many more.
6:30 at WCLU and a temperature reading of 34 degrees. It continues to drop here this morning. In area funeral announcements this hour, funeral services for Mabel Florence Franklin Pulliam, age 88 of Summershade, will be at 1 o'clock on Thursday afternoon at McMurtry Funeral Home. Visitation begins this afternoon at 4 p.m. until 8 p.m., and then on Thursday after 7 a.m. Funeral services for Edgar Alexander, age 69 of Gallatin, Tennessee, will be Thursday at 2 o'clock at the Hardy & Son Bowling Green Chapel. Burial to be in the Chapel Hill Memorial Gardens. Visitation Thursday from 10 until 2. The DAV Chapter 20 of Glasgow. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home is in charge of those arrangements. Funeral services for Christopher Ray DeWeese, age 38 of Louisville, formerly of Bowling Green, will be today at 11 o'clock at McMurtry Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Beaumont Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day at WCLUradio.com. There's no login necessary.
Who I am, and I get the help that I need for me, that I need for me, that I need for me. Lessonberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessonberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessonberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessonberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel.
School basketball last night, a lot of it. In girls action, the Glasgow Lady Scotties down Metcalfe County 54-35. It was Barron County over Russell County 45-27. John Hardin over Caverna's Ladies, 70-39. Allen County, Scottsville, 54. Greenwood, 45. Monroe County over Cumberland County, 52-17. It was Thomas Nelson over Hart County in girls' action, 67-44. South Warren over Warren East, 63-47. Bowling Green down Hopkins Central, 70-31. And Todd Central down Warren Central, 71-44. Boys action from last night, a game heard here in WCLU. It was Glasgow over Metcalfe County in boys action, 68-48. It was Barron County downing Russell County, 70-56. Campbellsville defeated Caverna, 84-62. Greenwood over Allen County Scottsville in a thriller in overtime. Greenwood 66. Allen County, Scottsville, 63. It was Monroe County, 74. Cumberland County, 27. Hart County 62, Thomas Nelson 52. Warren East over South Warren 56-51. Owensboro 81, Bowling Green 57. And Warren Central defeated Russellville, a final score of 84-59. And that's a check of local sports.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service.
That's right, it's Mardi Gras at Ralphie's Fun Center, and I'm joined with King Ralphius, His Majesty, who has the plan for this Saturday, not just any Saturday, it's
Fat Saturday here at Ralphie's.
And what goes on?
We're going to have parades. We're going to throw out a lot of fun stuff for the kids. We're having parades at 2, 6, and then 9 p.m. for our Cosmic Parade, where we do Cosmic Bowling. We'll throw out beads, we'll throw out candy, we'll throw out prizes, stuffed animals, all kinds of fun stuff for the kids. It's just a good time with a Mardi Gras flair, where we all dress up and just have a good time all day long.
And it'll be the most family-friendly Mardi Gras you ever go to.
That's
correct?
right.
That's this Saturday, Fat Saturday, Ralphie's Fun Center. Come see us.
It all starts here.
Sure. Ralphie's, that is pretty cool. They're going to have that big Fat Saturday thing out there. I think it's going to be something that everybody's going to enjoy, and we'll be telling you more about that here in WCLU. But part of the Ralphie's deal is that they sponsor the birthdays each and every day here on WCLU, because they have a fine place to have a birthday, in addition to a Fat Saturday get-together. All right, here we have the birthdays today. So far, this is what we know about on this, the 7th day of February. I've got to get over here and tell you about a 50 gongaree today, a very nice gal. It is the 50th birthday today for Miss Kelly Bruton. Happy Big 5-0 to Kelly. Tony McCoy is 55 today. It's also the birthday of Nathan Houchins. Laura Lee Riley. Laura Lee is 21. Kelsey Russell is 12 today. Mary Bradley with a birthday. It's Stephen Hughes. Peyton Martin. Peyton's 18 today. And Jonathan Paul has a birthday today, too. That's where we are on birthdays. Actually, Jonathan Paul is 35. I want to be sure and throw that in there for sure. Now, on the anniversary side, we have one nice couple. It's Johnny and Sandy Young. Johnny and Sandy Young with a wedding anniversary today. It's February the 7th. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. Or online is WCLUradio.com. We are rolling. We've had about 3/4 of an inch of rain. If you slept through it, it was some good sleep, with the rain hitting the roof. But it's time to realize that there's could be some ponding of water, slipperiness, some folks could be running off the road, those kind of things that happen when you're not used to waking up with this kind of weather. So let's plan ahead and get ready to move forward. Thanks to Ralphie's Fun Center. Don't forget the Fat Saturday get-together at Ralphie's Fun Center. That's going to be fun. All right, coming back with the archives.
What will you?
Best friends.
BR Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire. On Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. and I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you...
Coming up, it's the, well, let's see there. There I am. So I'm going to play the intro to the much-coveted archives here on WCLU. This is where we enjoy looking at the past. Explains a whole lot. And each and every day, people tell me that they learned something on the archives that they didn't realize, something that somebody they were kin to was involved in. But we're going to do the archives after this word from Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services, and Tony Hogan Health Clinic, two proud sponsors. And we're glad to have them of the archives.
One of the realities of old man winter is things need repairing. But when spring comes, don't be in a rush to get your agricultural or industrial equipment back up and running. Call Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services today and get those repairs done before spring. And even if you have a smaller operation or you just need some odds and ends for your home repairs, Joseph A. Wade is here to meet those needs as well. Joseph A. Wade is located on Industrial Drive in Glasgow, family owned and operated since 1985. A right tool distributor.
You can feel the difference at Tony Hogan Health Clinic. Tony goes above and beyond when it comes to your health care. From opening early at 7:30 to giving his personal number to patients, just in case.
This is nurse practitioner Tony Hogan. If you're already a patient, I want to thank you. If you're not, give me an opportunity to show you the difference. I truly care about your health and well-being.
Call me Mandy at Tony Hogan Health Clinic and let's get you set up with an appointment. 651-6707 or come by at the corner of North Race and Cherry Streets in Glasgow.
All right, Tony Hogan Health Clinic and Joseph A. Wade, our sponsors here. Angela, I don't know if you heard me give the name of Felicia Cruz or not.
I didn't, but I have an anniversary to add.
Okay.
20 years.
Okay.
Derek and Laura Lee Williams.
Okay. Derek and Laura Lee Williams.
Yes.
Okay, 20. All right.
I tried to find out the secret to 20 years.
Yeah?
I was afraid that he was going to say patience.
Yeah?
So I didn't even ask.
You didn't have the patience to wait for the answer.
Oh, I don't want to hear patience. I want you stand on one foot with a chicken wing and say some chant, 3 times. I don't know.
That's not exactly the way it works.
A girl can dream, can't she?
I've got some fun stuff in the archives here, okay? Listen up. This is certainly courtesy of the archivist down at the Cultural Center. Some really fine folks. We talk about them a lot here because certainly it's worth talking about for sure.
Right.
Are you ready for 1918?
I was born ready.
Monday was Mule Day in Glasgow.
What?
And you never heard of Mule Day?
No, not
Monday was Mule Day in Glasgow, and a number of buyers were on hand, both dealers and farmers. Quite a number changed hands, but it was hard to learn the number as farmers bought so many, and of course, they did not report. But prices were high. We heard of one farmer being offered $650 for a pair of mules, and then he held on to them for $700. Virgil Francis sold one pair for $510, which cost him $430 the Thursday before. There's money in them mules.
There is money in them mules.
And, of course, on Monday, Mule Day is when, what it amounted to is that you didn't have, like, used car lots or used vehicle lots with mules on them. You can go get them anytime you wanted to.
Hey, Bobby Lee.
That's right. They brought them to town on Monday.
There you go.
Also known as Mule Day.
So many comments I could make that I'm just going to keep writing my head.
You only had to wait a week to replace the equipment.
Ain't that it?
This day in 1928, this was a story in the Republican. Mr. Alanson Trigg of the Citizens Bank probably owns one of the most remarkable guns in existence today.
Remarkable.
The gun is an imported double-barrel shotgun with a 40-inch London twist barrel, walnut stock, and a silver cap box on the side. The mounting is inlaid with gold and silver. The gun weighs 9 pounds. Can you get a picture of that with the description of that rider there?
Yes.
It's a 40-inch London twist barrel and gold and silver.
Is that like Mammoth Cave twist?
No. It's a little longer than that. That was The gun was made on a special order for President James K. Polk.
What?
by the famous gunmakers Westy Richards from London, England. I don't know how that Mr. Lanson Trigg wound up with President Polk's gun, but he got it.
There you go.
Wonder where it is now.
There's no telling.
They didn't let it go, hopefully. That was 1928. You know, there's a lot of fire. I know you got a big story coming up in the 7 o'clock hour about that fire yesterday.
Super awesome story, by the way, folks. Hold on to your hats.
And I've heard about some fires from overnight. So here in 1938, this news from Keno. Fire destroyed the home of Mr. and Ms. William Bunch. This night in 1938, Mr. Bunch was at work on the farm. Ms. Bunch and 4 children barely escaped the burning structure. None of the contents was saved, including the money recently received for their tobacco crop. Now, that's painful.
I'm telling you.
You know, it's I would say they weren't expecting it, but they barely got out of the house. And I think they made a good choice.
Yes.
Let's get the kids out of here. Forget the tobacco money.
Must have been good kids.
But if there was a second to spare, that's probably where they'd have gone back to.
I guarantee it.
To get the money from
Should
Keno.
have the kids grab the money. They all made it out.
And that was, of course, fires. Just be careful. I don't like these fires in the news at all.
I'm gonna tell you, I could, even as far away as I was, the ash was falling on me. I could feel the heat, and I was like, I need to get myself out of here.
Yeah, it's a smart move. Let's go to 1948. This is some news of a fellow who used to be our neighbor right here. This day in 1948, Joseph Calvin Sherrill Leach was the name of the husky youngster who became the family of Mr. and Mrs. Joe Leach last Thursday.
Why are they going to call him a husky youngster
I don't know.
in the news?
Well, I mean, the thing is, he's actually, he is still our neighbor, and I wouldn't call him husky, would you?
No, and I wouldn't describe anybody as a husky. No.
Of course, Calvin Leach, right around the corner here.
Yeah, he's not. I wouldn't. Yeah, no.
He's so 1948. Could have been husky then.
Times have changed.
Mother, the former Miss Jean Jolly, and son are getting along nicely, and Pappy Joe is settling down very well after busting a few buttons off of his shirt.
So, what?
He was a proud papa.
Oh, okay.
So anyway.
And they were getting along, so if they weren't getting along, would they have said, they're not getting along nicely?
I can tell you that whichever writer wrote this was a big friend of Mr. Joe Leach because of the way that he wrote that. And that's the way that's why we kind of, we carry on with our friends.
There we go.
Mr. Joe was a friend to a lot of people. Anyway, that was 1948, the birthday of Calvin Leach. 1958. A positive diagnosis of rabies has been returned following the killing Sunday of a dog that attacked 2 Cave City residents.
What? A rabid dog?
One is unsure if the animal broke her skin. The other ran the dog off without being lacerated. Following the report, the rabid dog fought with other dogs. All dog owners are urged to keep their dogs confined for 14 days.
How can you be unsure if it broke the skin?
Well, I wasn't sure. I mean, they looked at it. Well, it wasn't bleeding, but, it might be red. I don't know. The incubation period for rabies is 14 days. Acting immediately, the Cave City Council pushed through an emergency ordinance that all stray dogs would be destroyed on site for the next 14 days.
Oh, my gosh.
That is a big move there. If you're a stray dog, if you're not attached to somebody's chain,
good Lord! Like if your little dog got off the chain, they could be destroyed.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just don't know what you got, so I mean, that's probably being responsible, albeit sad for the dog.
Just because you don't know, you can't just destroy everything.
Yeah, well, that's the way they did it, and but this particularly is scary. I remember well getting a dog, like a dog bites you, they got to find the dog to make sure the dog wasn't rabid.
I'm going to look up that ordinance and see if it really says destroy.
But dogs have a way of, bite and run.
Was that heavy metal song, Seek and Destroy?
That's right.
I'll have that in my head all day
now.
Right.
1958. But hopefully we are ahead of that.
I mean, I hope so. You can't just destroy everything.
Let's just go to the show.
Let's go.
1968 in the Republican. This was the advertisement for the Plaza Theater in downtown Glasgow.
Okay.
Come on down and watch Waterhole Number 3 with James Coburn. Kill a Dragon, Beach Red, The Silencer with Dean Martin, and Murderer's Row with Dean Martin and Anne Margaret. Now, you know that's got to be some kind of a love story.
Yes.
With Dean Martin and Ann Margaret
Right.
in there. And, you know, Dean drew the lucky card in that deal. 1968, showing at the Plaza, water hole number 3.
There you go.
All
Oh,
right.
goodness.
1978, the 3 Score Plus Club held their regular potluck luncheon at the Recreation Center.
The what club?
It's the, here's the 3 Score Plus Club. And it was held at the Recreation Center at noon on January the 11th. But due to bad weather, there was no program. They just had a meeting.
4 score and 7 years ago.
Uh-huh.
So what is 3 score?
Well, 3 score would be, wouldn't
What
it
is
be
1
60?
score?
3 score would be 60.
So 1 score is 20.
60 plus club. So the thing is, this is sort of like a nicer way of saying the Senior Citizens Club.
The sewing circle, as they call them.
That's right. No, it's 3 score plus. Say if you're 60 plus, come down there for the potluck. But we're not going to have a program. If you're 4 score and 7 years, you were 87, you know.
You could still go, though.
That's right. You could go even with the bad weather.
Wonder if you had to bring a dish.
Well, I don't know. You probably did with some pride there, you know.
There you go.
3 score plus. I'm 3 score plus. I like it.
I'm many, many, many years away from 3 score plus.
I know it.
So far, I can't even see it.
Yeah, but you'll be surprised when it sneaks upon you.
Stop saying that.
1988, Governor Wallace Wilkinson made his first area plant announcement. It was for Edmonton, when a Japanese company, perhaps you've heard of it, Sumitomo,
Yes.
announced that they were going to build a new plant in Edmonton, employing 500 persons.
Well, that
That
was
was a big announcement indeed, and good corporate citizens at Sumitomo. Pretty neat. Governor Wilkinson making that announcement. 1998 here. Let me find the right paper. 1998, this was the day that it was announced. This was, you know, maybe you've heard like people saying something would happen, maybe like when hell freezes over or something like that. Well, this falls into that category, actually.
Okay.
This day in 1998, believe it or not, 20 years ago, Tompkinsville announced that Walmart is going to build in the city's industrial park.
Get your jackets out, folks.
Located on Highway 163. You know, everybody's saying, like, good Lord. When Walmart comes to Tompkinsville, what's that going to do? Well, what it turned out to be is an excellent retail citizen there in Tompkinsville.
Unless you were a mom and pop store.
Well, I mean, that's right. But even still, you know, I think they understood the perils of that. And so they, I guess, went about it the right way.
We need to have like a new segment, you know, like the stuff that only happens when hell freezes over. Like, get your jackets out, could be the name of it.
That's right.
We're talking about random things.
But it does happen.
It does.
All right, and let's see here. Let's go to 2008. This is 2008. It was announced that 2 new exhibits are going to be opening up at Dinosaur World this summer.
What kind of exhibits?
Well, I don't know, but there's some prehistoric or Paleozoic or whatever thing. But, you know, everybody, that's a good way to say, you know, if you're coming to Glasgow, get off at the Cave City exit. What exit? The one with the dinosaur. Yeah, that's
Big
where it is.
concrete dinosaur.
We
Get
know
off
where
there.
you are. Well,
Right.
so back in 2008, it was some good news and new exhibits coming.
There you go.
For the summer session of Dinosaur World. That was 10 years ago.
You can pan for fossils there.
It's in the archives. It explains a lot. I learn something every day on this show.
Yeah.
And I can already tell you, I've seen some things that I kind of want to learn more about in tomorrow's archive. So I'm coming back.
And I'm going to Google the lyrics to Seek and Destroy because now that's in my head and all I know is the chorus.
All right. Well, you can pass that along. All right.
Metallica.
Thank you to our. That's showing how far you are away from 3 score plus.
I'm saying.
Nobody 3 score plus knows Metallica.
They better know Metallica.
All right. Tony Hogan Health Clinic brings you the archives today, as does Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services. We'll reconvene tomorrow and learn a little more about ourselves.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin. where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you drop your change in the bottom of your purse? Did you know that loose change could help someone struggling to pay their electric bill? The Glasgow EPB has partnered with Community Relief for a new roundup program. By agreeing to have your EPB bill rounded to the next highest dollar, the change will be provided to Community Relief to help the less fortunate here in our community. Your spare pennies can make a huge difference for those struggling to pay for their vital electricity. If you're interested in the program, please call the Glasgow EPB at 651-8341.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish.
So what, did you Google that?
Well, was that on the air? I was.
It was.
Well, yeah, that is seek and destroy. I did look at the lyrics to make sure there wasn't any, like FCC violations.
Yeah, okay. Well,
but that's it, folks. Right now, I know you're rocking out.
Yeah,
a little bit of seek and destroy.
What is it? We got to have some late night staff meetings here to learn how to operate this equipment. Joe, here, was that on the air? Was it?
Well, because I was just sitting there thinking, that a governing body was like, since we don't know which dogs are sick, kill all of them. You see.
Well, I mean, but if you're the parent of a young child who might get bitten by a dog, you feel all right about that.
Well, you don't kill all the kids that might have rabies because you don't know which ones have it.
No, you wouldn't. Boy, you are to the right.
Yes.
You're extremely right.
Always right.
As in a direction.
I'm saying.
Not a state of mind.
Yes. Oh, no, it's both, I think.
Okay. Well, I got to tell you, today we're patting on the back by special request Kelly Bruton. You know why?
Why?
She's 50 today.
50.
And she's a nice gal, and she deserves a pat on the back. So if you happen to see Kelly Bruton around, you pat her on the back, too, and tell her she's good as gold from WCLU and a little taste of Texas. All right, you can, what is it, AC/DC or
Metallica?
I'm sorry. You can you can go start looking at the albums, and I'm going to do the weather, okay?
I'm going to turn it up as loud as I can.
This is the WCLU weather update, and we've had rain. We've had actually about 3/4 of an inch of rain. I'm going to double-check that total here in a minute, but we're going to review the forecast and see where we're going from here. This is a weather update brought to you by South Central Bank.
South Central Bank is a locally owned bank that cares about you and our community, too.
My name's Roger Mercer. My wife and I, Terry, own Southern Kentucky Collision here in Glasgow. It's a collision repair center. We've been dealing with South Central Bank for probably 23, 24 years. They've always been good to us. They're a hometown bank. South Central Bank has been a really big part of our business as far as the growth. They've been there for us when we needed to borrow money to grow, and we appreciate that very much from South Central Bank.
South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC.
Rain will taper off early on this Wednesday. A lot of cloud cover into the afternoon, and temperatures will not rise much at all today with some cold air in place. The high only around 37 degrees. That's about 13 degrees below average. Overnight, a clearing trend with light winds and a low dipping down to 19. Temperatures still will be running below average tomorrow, even though there will be some sunshine. The high will only hit 43. And then finally, some warmer weather to enjoy if you're going to be out on Friday, a partly cloudy day with the high reaching the upper 50s. I'm Jeff Maher from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Jeff. We are waking up with a temperature reading of 34 degrees. We still had about 78 hundredths of an inch of rain. Let me look over here and make sure the calculation is correct. Yes, still about 78 hundredths. We really haven't added up a whole lot since midnight. The barometer is at 30.05. Humidity at 99%. And northwest winds at 3 miles an hour. 34. Weather brought to you by your friends at South Central Bank.
Down in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lesenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
The living God. When other people observe the way we talk and how we conduct ourselves, it should be obvious that we know Jesus. So again, I ask you, what type of sermons have you been preaching lately? This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Thank you, Bart. It is actually 1 minute after 7 o'clock, which means we got to hightail it into the position of giving away something delicious from Long John's A&W. I'm talking about a Fish and More dinner. Before I do that, let me back up here and let you know that Will Hampton is 21 today. We got that call a few minutes ago. We were sorting through all kinds of different things, but I don't want to be late in telling you that Will Hampton is 21 today. Congratulations. Now, Long John Silver's is looking forward to seeing you out there for dinner today. They got some very special things on the Long John side and the A&W side. Long John Silver's A&W All-American Foods in Glasgow has a huge deal for a limited time. Listen up. Not one, but two double cheeseburgers for $6. Now, these are two 1/3 pound double cheeseburgers for $6. What a deal. You can't find anything like that except at Long John's A&W on the Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. Two double cheeseburgers, 1/3 pound, $6. Wow. Long John's. Well, everybody's calling in to answer. Y'all need to let me ask the question, okay? Long John's A&W has a Fish and More waiting for you if you can answer this. 651-9149-800-956-1023. We're going to math class today. Yeah, we don't do enough math, I don't think. So I'm going to throw this in here. I'm not disappointed in that because I'm not very good at math, but I like to see all the smart folks who are. I want you to solve this calculation. We're doing a little subtraction of fractions. Subtract, take 13 5/8 and subtract 3 1/4 from it. 13 5/8 minus 3 1/4 is what? Well, I can hear those pencils scratching out there. 13 5/8 minus 3 1/4. Do the calculation. Trivia.
10 3/8.
Say it again.
10 3/8.
That is correct. I never heard anybody get it that fast. Who is this speaking?
Tim Smith.
Tim or Ken?
Tim.
T-I-M?
Yes, sir.
Well, Tim, you must be good at math.
And I was an A student in school.
You were an A student in school? I bet you were at least an A student in math, Tim Smith. What school did you go to, Tim?
I went to Caverna and I went to high school. in Park City.
Caverna, Highsville, and Park City. That's a triangle of learning right there, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Because I'm telling you, being able to subtract, some people like me look at fractions and say, no, wait a minute. That's gibberish because it doesn't make any sense. But it does make sense, Tim Smith, because you have won Fish and More dinner at Long John's A&W. And I appreciate you tuning in this morning, Tim. And I don't know what your who all you want to give credit for making you smart about fraction calculations, but whether it was at Highsville, whether it was at Caverna, or whether it was at Park City, but they all get credit, right?
That's it. They all taught me.
All right. Well, Tim Smith, you have a good day, okay?
You too, Henry. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, Tim Smith. That was fast. You take 13 5/8 and you subtract 3 1/4 from it, and you get 10 3/8. Or, and if you answer that, you get not a fraction of, but an entire Fish and More dinner today from Long John's A&W. What will tomorrow bring? Come on back and see. And thanks to Long John's.
Some office.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
BR Tire. We're always on call and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire. On Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
News update. Vice President Mike Pence says the Trump administration is about to impose its most severe economic sanctions yet on North Korea.
We will continue to isolate North Korea until it abandons its nuclear and ballistic missile program once and for all.
Pence heads from Japan to South Korea for the start of the Winter Olympics. The younger sister of North Korea's leader is also going. Reporter Don Kirk in Seoul.
This is a very significant move that the younger sister will come. It certainly has a lot of symbolic value, and it shows that the leader, Kim Jong-un, is deeply interested in the Olympics.
CBS's Ben Tracy is in Pyeongchang, where Northerners are getting a mixed reception.
You have this fascination with every North Korean that arrives here. You see this crush of cameras at the airport or the ferry dock. But there also have been protests almost everywhere these North Koreans have gone by conservative South Koreans who think the North Koreans are really using the Olympics as a platform for their own propaganda.
CBS News Update. I'm Peter King.
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM on Fruitvale, W253BN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy. But that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC.
Equal housing lender.
34 degrees at 7:09 on the button. You can set your clock by it this morning. We're going to have rain kind of off and on for the morning, but pretty much done with it. We've had the grand total now in the last 24 hours is 99 hundredths, 0.99. Called it an inch. And we'll check in with Ray Stajic in a moment. Time to check into the newsroom right now. And News Director Angela Briggs for the 7 o'clock morning edition. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Henry. Anyone that tuned in yesterday morning or saw our Facebook page saw there was a huge fire in downtown Glasgow. This morning's top story at 7, we get the behind the scenes of yesterday's big fire as well as some great video footage.
Just before 6:30 in the morning on Monday, a warehouse fire broke out on Rogers Road in Glasgow. Our very own Angela Briggs was on the scene as the fire developed, and when fire teams went in, was able to catch some footage. Here's what she was able to get. Later on, as the fire was cleaned up, we were able to catch up with fire crews from the third shift who give us the account of second shift entering into the building and just what it's like to be firefighters who actually run towards the flames when most people would be running away. Here's Angela Briggs with more.
And I got there right about the time that the fire department did, and the flames didn't even look real. I mean, they looked like something that, like, was an animator or generator or whatever.
Really?
Yes. Now, well, you all think they look real. I was kind of, I was weirded out. And then it occurred to me, how do you all know what is inside a building? That could have been gas or pentane or butane or anything like that. So, I mean, when you all get the alarm, you just have to go. I mean, how do you prepare for that?
Shift 2 was there. They hit the fire. It was shift change.
Mm-hmm.
When we got there, they had a big knockdown. We come in and we hit hot spots, so there's not a recount. We have to go back there. When we were doing that, LT, Lieutenant Wyatt said, stop. And we got to looking in the corner. There was a 55-gallon drum, and it had a top on it. It was mushroomed, and we had a thermal imaging camera. And when we looked at it, it was showing a lot of heat. We don't know what's in it, but we take precaution. He said, back up and hit it with the hose and cool it down. So Parker, I was backup man with Parker, and we hit it and cooled it down. So.
Let me ask you this. So as far as like pre-planning, I mean, as new industry comes in, as businesses open and close, do you all keep track of like maybe what kind of chemicals like LSC Communications might have versus like a jail fridge?
We do pre-planning. That's we go out, we look at the factories, we do walkthroughs, we meet up with the supervisors. If there's a map that they have where if they show up and there's a fire on the B side, or they have the way to identify a different spot of the building, they'll say, look, it's on this part of the building, here's your map, this is where it's at, and then we take it from there. And we also set up, if we do have fire in a room that has a lot of combustibles or material that's real flammable, we have plans set in place how we attack the building, and we take our orders from the officers, lieutenant, and the captains on shift.
I remember one of the first stories I did was with the fire department at the training center out there on Beaver Trail, and right in the middle of my story, you guys got a call, and 30 seconds later, I was by myself in the parking lot. Like, it was, the craziest thing. So, I mean, when something like this happens, you get an alarm and you go to a structure fire like this. I mean, do you have time to think about every single thing that could happen, or is it all something that comes to you instantly? Like, in there, you just get in like a mode where, I mean, do you fall back on training in that moment? Because I would run the other way.
You have to.
The only thing I was thinking about was getting on the truck at that moment.
Yes, you have to get on the truck.
As an officer, you ask what's going through your head. So from the time the pre-tone goes off, the first thing you're going to see me do is get still, because I want to listen. I start my size up there. All right, I'm listening to all the information they give me, and I'm starting to put together a game plan from that point. When we arrive on scene, a lot of people see flames and they go, ooh. All right, and I see flames in the right situation, and it's kind of a relief for me. All right, I would rather see that fire than have that building, all right, where I don't see any visible flame and a heavy smoke. All right, because those are the conditions that are more dangerous.
When we went through training, they said our office is these houses in Glasgow. That's your office. That's where you work. If it was to go down that way, and his job is to make sure we have our training in place, and it's getting down to muscle memory. So we know what our job is, and we know what we're supposed to do when we get there. Now, everything's subject to change. We constantly train. So we're prepared for something like that.
I got some outstanding people. Outstanding firefighters, outstanding fellow officers, very supportive command staff.
Oh, we could see the flames from right here. That's a big fire. That's a... hashtag romper.
Only time I saw the flames, I was coming down 6880. And I saw the flames from way down there, and I was like, oh! Let's start speeding up a little bit.
The flames are their end potential. They have done what they're going to do. All right. And what as firefighters we have to train ourselves to do is not look at the flames, because that's the end. All right. I have to look at where the flames aren't. Where is the fire going? And that's where I have to make my stand. So seeing flames from here, that tells me a few things. One, I got a big fire, but two, it's vented. All right. So my possibilities or likelihoods of having what we call a sudden fire incident, like a backdraft or a flashover, those chances aren't eliminated, but they're greatly reduced.
So if that building had been sealed up, and all you saw was black smoke,
I would be much more concerned. If the building was sealed, and anywhere you open it, that's going to become a vent point. All right. So fire behavior, if you understand fire behavior, the second you do that, you know where the fire is coming. It's coming to you. All right. So yeah, there's so many more unknowns when you have that call of just a lot of smoke. One thing that was unique was the size on that structure. We talk a lot and train a lot on box size. All right. And what we mean by box size is we call the structure the box. So if I have a big box, which that was a pretty good sized box or pretty good sized structure, and I have a lot of smoke inside that structure, that means I have a large fire. All right. Where I could have a small house with the same amount of smoke, but I would have a lot smaller fire because the box is smaller. So there's so many things that we're putting together. A lot of people think we just show up and put water on fire, and if it was as easy as that, anybody could do it, but there's a lot more to it.
It is
The news you depend on. Live and local news. WCLU News. Depend on it.
Sandy Kerr of Glasgow.
Did you drop your change in the bottom of your purse? Did you know that loose change could help someone struggling to pay their electric bill? The Glasgow EPB has partnered with Community Relief for a new roundup program. By agreeing to have your EPB bill rounded to the next highest dollar, the change will be provided to Community Relief to help the less fortunate here in our community. Your spare pennies can make a huge difference for those struggling to pay for their vital electricity. If you're interested in the program, please call the Glasgow EPB at 651-8341.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
In more local news, video footage from a pharmacy break-in leads to an arrest. Just before 2 a.m. Monday morning, the alarm sounded at Jane's Pharmacy on Main Street in Munfordville. Munfordville police, along with Hart County Sheriff's Office, responded. When employees arrived at the store, they confirmed that a large number of pharmaceuticals had been stolen. Video footage was available. From that video, 2 suspects were identified. The vehicle used in the burglary was found by state police in Bowling Green the same day and was impounded. Hart County Attorney Mike Nichols issued a search warrant for the residence where the vehicle was found. Upon entry by law enforcement, they found and arrested Gerald Beavers III. He was transported to the Hart County Jail. Later, troopers found the other suspect, Robert Coffey, at another residence in Warren County. He was lodged in the Warren County Regional Jail. Both Beavers and Coffey were charged with burglary third, criminal mischief, and theft by unlawful taking. Munfordville police say the investigation is ongoing, being led by Officer Ryan Riggs. And a high-speed chase leads to an arrest just before noon Monday. Glasgow officer Wesley Hicks had attempted to make a traffic stop on an 07 Chevy Malibu on Columbia Avenue for reckless driving. The driver did not stop, however, instead sped away in an attempt to evade police. The pursuit led through the city limits of Glasgow, then out into the county through various back roads, and at times reaching speeds of 100 miles an hour. The pursuit finally ended in the 5,000 block of Dripping Springs Road when the driver pulled into a residence trying to hide from law enforcement. Officer Hicks, along with Chief Guy Howie, were able to take the driver into custody. He was identified as 42-year-old Gregory Ballard of Glasgow. An eyewitness told officers when the vehicle stopped, a man and a woman had jumped out, and they were able to point into the direction in which they fled. Sergeant Eubank located the pair, identified as Sierra Key Clark and Kelvin Starr, both of Glasgow, a short distance from where the vehicle had stopped. Both Clark and Starr admitted they were in the vehicle during the pursuit. Ballard was arrested and charged with numerous traffic violations, as well as 5 counts of wanton endangerment and possession of marijuana. The 2 occupants were not charged with any crime. Ballard was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. And a Barron County man was sentenced in U.S. District Court to 100 months in prison for charges associated with the burglary and theft of firearms from Horton's Guns in Cave City. 37-year-old Eric Glenn Stockton pleaded guilty to being a felon in possession of a firearm. Aaron and Alford pleaded to the charge of stealing a firearm from a licensed dealer. According to information presented in court, Stockton burglarized Horton's Guns in October of 2014. During a traffic stop in February of 2015, state police found a stolen firearm from that burglary in Stockton's girlfriend's car. Stockton was a passenger. Then in May of 2015, the ATF retrieved 2 stolen rifles from the burglary from a cooperating witness who indicated Stockton had given him the guns. The U.S. was prepared to present evidence at the trial that included video surveillance from Horton's Guns recorded the day prior to the burglary, showing a person fitting Stockton's description, taking pictures with his cell phone of firearms that were later stolen. Additional video surveillance captures an individual believed to be Stockton reaching down from the ceiling, removing long guns, then dropping into the store, breaking a glass case to steal 5 handguns. Stockton did have prior felony convictions involving gun thefts. There is no parole in the federal system. Glasgow police respond to a vehicle versus Mack truck accident. Around 3 o'clock Monday afternoon, Glasgow police responded to the intersection of West Main and Veterans Outer Loop for an injury accident. According to Glasgow police, 32-year-old September Short was driving a 2012 Altima southbound on the Outer Loop when she attempted to make a left turn onto West Main Street. When she did that, she pulled directly in the pathway of an 07 Mack truck traveling northbound. The vehicles collided. Glasgow police say severe damage was done to both. Short was wearing her seatbelt at the time of the collision. She was taken to T.J. Sampson Hospital for treatment of injuries. The driver of the Mack truck, Todd Earthman of Bowling Green, was not injured in the crash. And the Glasgow Fire Department's getting a new ride. Glasgow Fire Chief Brian Marr, along with Assistant Chiefs Brian Charlotte and Lieutenant Wade Wyatt, met with the City Council's Public Safety Committee yesterday to talk about the need for a new fire truck. With maintenance cost of the current truck already in the tens of thousands, Chief Marr told the committee the costs are only going to get higher. Replacement parts are hard to come by, and when the alternator needed replacement recently, one actually had to be fabricated for the outdated truck. Lieutenant Wyatt said when the alarm sounds for a fire, you have to be able to know you can depend on the truck to get you to the scene. He added ladder trucks aren't always about rescuing people, but about being able to reach the fire so they can actually put it out. Chief Marr told the committee they'd met with Ferreira, who had a representative at the meeting. Ferreira builds fire trucks and then can customize them for specific departments' needs. The truck for sale is a demo truck, was used at trade shows and conventions so people could see firsthand what the company had to offer. The truck has 19,000 miles and comes in with a 1-year warranty. Along with the $155,000 in savings by purchasing the demo truck, it's also ready to go. To buy a new truck, the department will be looking at a wait time of around 300 days from order to delivery. The committee unanimously agreed to move forward with the purchase. Chairman Happy Neal will make that recommendation to the full City Council at their next meeting. If approved by the council, the city will still have to go through the bid process, but another company being able to match the specs and price of the Ferreira demo truck is next to impossible. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs at 7:23 a.m., 34 degrees.
The news you depend on. Live and local news. WCLU News. Depend on it.
This is Casey Law with this week's Trojan Report. Congratulations to Rebecca Maxwell, who was crowned the 2018 BCHS Basketball Homecoming Queen this past Friday night. Runner-up was Ann Claire Clemens, Alex Whitty was named Homecoming King, and Brandon Reed was runner-up. Congratulations to BCHS football player Isaac Decker, who signed a football scholarship Friday with Union College in Barberville. ACT will be given on the BCHS campus this Saturday for students previously registered. Students must bring a photo ID, admission ticket, several number 2 pencils, and an approved calculator. Please enter from the back of the school building and arrive at 7:30 a.m. This week is National FBLA Week. Monday was COSA kickoff. All members will be treated next Wednesday during the monthly meeting to ice cream sundaes. Tuesday was Thank a Staff Member Day. Staff was treated to donuts at BCHS. Today is FBLA officers get Zaxby's lunch during WIN. Thursday, FBLA members are encouraged to dress professionally. Friday, show your true colors by wearing FBLA t-shirts or burgundy and gold. FCA students from Barron County High will be hosting a night of worship on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. to share their Christian faith with fellow students at the inaugural event, Courts of Christ. All youth groups that meet on Wednesday nights are encouraged to move their gatherings to Trojan Gym. The guest speaker will be Wayne Dickens, the FCA Campus Director for WKU. Prom is Saturday, April 21st at the Cave City Convention Center. Tickets are $40 before spring break and $50 after. The theme this year is A Waltz on the Water. You can earn free tickets to the prom by selling 2 boxes of chocolate and earn 1 free ticket. Sell 4 boxes and earn 2 free tickets. FBLA is preparing for the regional conference, which will take place on Tuesday, February 27th in Owensboro at Kentucky Wesleyan College. Members are encouraged to be taking practice tests, and you can get those from your advisor, creating and practicing your presentations and checking in with your advisor about what you need to be doing. The bus will leave at 6:30 a.m. on February 27th from the high school. Track practice will begin on Monday from 3:15 until 4:30 in the BCHS gym. You must have a KHS AA sports physical to participate. For more information, see Coach Ryan Metzger. State Beta Convention was a huge success this year for BCHS. Here are the list of winners. Gentry Bowles, 2nd place Language Arts. Diego Perez, 3rd place Social Studies. Samantha Morgan, 3rd place On-Site Pencil. 1st Club Trading Pen, 1st place in Scrapbook. 2nd in Campaign Skit, 2nd in Group Talent. 1st in Show Choir, and 2nd in Convention Sweepstakes. Premier Performer Golden Tickets went to Reese Dickin, Lily Shipley, Annabelle Botts, Nathaniel Clifford, Cody Whitfield, and Brianna Crowder. Also, Spencer Steenbergen was recognized for serving as Kentucky Beta Vice President, and Caroline Kinsman for being an exceptional officer candidate while representing BCHS. And on the sports calendar for this week, on Friday, the Trojans and Trojanet basketball teams are at Cumberland County, and the swim team will participate in the Region 2 meet in Owensboro. And next Tuesday, the Trojans and Trojanettes play their last home game of this season against Metcalfe County. For a daily rundown on what's happening at BCHS, tune into our student radio broadcast around 7:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. on our high school radio station, Trojan Radio 88.7 FM, and online at barronschools.com. That has been this week's Trojan Report from Barron County High School, where we value pride through preparation, respect, integrity, determination, and excellence. We are BC.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry. Students rallied at the state capitol Tuesday in support of higher education.
They were rallying for minimal budget cuts to higher education funding. University of Kentucky freshman Cameron French tells WKYT he's attending college through the Robinson Scholars Program, one of many that would be cut under the governor's proposed budget.
To be quite honest, I'm from one of the poorest parts of the state. And if it wasn't for Robinson, I would not be receiving a higher education because my family can't afford to send me to college.
Many students met with lawmakers after the rally to talk about their concerns. I'm Haley Hansen.
A violent overnight in Lexington. An early morning shooting in the city leaves one man dead. Police were called to the scene around 4 o'clock this morning where they found the victim. Around 10 o'clock Tuesday night, police say 2 people were critically injured in a shooting on the city's west side. Both victims are juveniles. Police believe the shooting is drug-related. In Boyle County, police are looking for a suspect in kidnapping and assault. They describe the suspect, Kyle Smith of Danville, as armed and dangerous. He's accused of kidnapping a Perryville woman on the Danville bypass Tuesday while the woman was dropping her children off at a church. He assaulted the woman, then drug her into a van. She was later able to escape. She's currently hospitalized. In Washington, they seldom see eye to eye, but now Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer will share a stage in Louisville with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. He'll speak at the University of Louisville on Monday.
And I'd like to express my appreciation to the Republican leader, in addition
for his invitation to address the McConnell Center next week in Louisville, which I've accepted. As leaders, the two of us can work together to get things done around here.
Democratic leader Chuck Schumer. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lesenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
At PBI or FDIC.
Let's turn to local sports. High school basketball last night, a lot of it. In girls action, the Glasgow Lady Scotties down Metcalfe County 54-35. It was Barron County over Russell County 45-27. John Hardin over Caverna's Ladies, 70-39. Allen County, Scottsville, 54. Greenwood, 45. Monroe County over Cumberland County, 52-17. It was Thomas Nelson over Hart County in girls' action, 67-44. South Warren over Warren East, 63-47. Bowling Green down Hopkins Central, 70-31. And Todd Central down Warren Central, 71-44. Boys action from last night, a game heard here in WCLU. It was Glasgow over Metcalfe County in boys action, 68-48. It was Barron County downing Russell County, 70-56. Campbellsville defeated Caverna, 84-62. Greenwood over Allen County Scottsville in a thriller in overtime. Greenwood 66. Allen County, Scottsville, 63. It was Monroe County, 74. Cumberland County, 27. Hart County, 62. Thomas Nelson, 52. Warren East over South Warren, 56-51. Owensboro, 81. Bowling Green, 57. And Warren Central defeated Russellville, a final score of 84-59. And that's a check of local sports.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
BR Tire. We're always on call and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire.
on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Hey everybody, Wes Royce out here at Ralphie's Fun Center where we're gearing up for Mardi Gras. That's right, it is Fat Saturday this Saturday. Parade at 2, a parade at 6, and then the ultimate cosmic parade at 9 p.m. It's the most family-friendly Mardi Gras you can attend, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. They're going to be giving out prizes all day long, beads, crazy stuff. It's a parade all day long. Come check it out at Ralphie's Fun Center this Saturday, Fat Saturday. Going to be a great time. Fat Saturday. Going to be a great time.
I tell you, it sounds like it's going to be a really great time there at Ralphie's, so be sure and put that on your list of things to get done and have fun. We've got some birthdays to share with you today here on WCLU. Of course, Ralphie's sponsors the birthdays each and every day, and today being no different, we've got Will Hampton turning 21 today. Felicia Cruz is celebrating. Jonathan Paul, Jonathan is 35 today. Stephen Hughes, Peyton Martin, Peyton's 18. Mary Bradley has a birthday today. Also, we have Kelly Russell. Kelly is 12 today. Laura Lee Riley is 21. Nathan Houchins. Tony McCoy is 55 today. We sounded the 50 gong for Kelly Bruton last hour, and we want to be sure that you know to celebrate with Kelly on her 50th birthday today. Also, Derek and Laura Lee Williams have their 20th wedding anniversary today, and Johnny and Sandy Young, happy birthday to the Youngs. 651-9149, 800-956-1023, or a simple click online at WCLUradio.com. And a big thank you to Ralphie's Fun Center. We hope Fat Saturday is fat and sassy.
Do you feel like your primary care provider really listens to you? Do they take good care of you? Do they give you direction for your health and are there for you whenever you feel you need treatment? If so, great. If not, Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic is here to take on that role. I'm nurse practitioner Brittany Jackson, and we have built our practice on meeting the needs of our patients and being there for them when they feel ill, just need a checkup, have to have a physical for school, sports, or a CDL license, or when they just don't know where to turn. In our first year in practice, we are thrilled to have been able to help so many and provide them with quality, timely health care. Don't wait until you're sick. Let us establish you now as a patient and have your medical history on hand and ready to go. You'll be pleased with your decision. We are Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic, located on the corner of North Race and Cherry Streets in Glasgow. 270-629-6722. Jot that number down, put it in your phone, and have it ready for when you need quality health care. You can also connect with us on Facebook. Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic, 270-629-6722. Let your hometown healing begin.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you drop your change in the bottom of your purse? Did you know that loose change could help someone struggling to pay their electric bill? The Glasgow EPB has partnered with Community Relief for a new roundup program. By agreeing to have your EPB bill rounded to the next highest dollar, the change will be provided to Community Relief to help the less fortunate here in our community. Your spare pennies can make a huge difference for those struggling to pay for their vital electricity. If you're interested in the program, please call the Glasgow EPB
Good morning,
at 651-8341.
Sometimes we as Christians suppose that a lot of activity in the name of Christ is a sign of great spirituality and productiveness. We must remember that it is not our activity that's the source of fruit bearing for the Master, it's our relationship with Him. Many times the church and those within it may become so involved in activities which we call church work that we neglect the work of the church. We can only bear proper fruit for Christ by abiding in Christ. Activity is not necessarily an expression of spiritual maturity. Our calling is not to success as the world defines success, which is big numbers, big programs, big money, or lots of activity. Our calling is to faithfulness. Society, as well as much of the religious world, calls for success in a visible way. If it's not immediately visible, then many would call the effort a failure. Do not be discouraged by the criticisms of those whose only measure of success is attendance, contribution, lots of emotional excitement, and activity. Stay on course. Abide in Christ. Remember, Jesus said that without Him we could do nothing. Seek a relationship with Christ above all. He will never leave you, and you will ultimately be successful in the business of fruit-bearing for the cause of the Lord. This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Extreme Fitness members are there for the right reason.
I feel like if you're going to the gym, you are in the process of developing a better you. It's something you're always going to be wanting to do, and the gym gives you that to go in and crush your daily goal, but to always be developing a better you. I choose Extreme because of the family atmosphere. Everybody there knows you by name. You always see a friendly face, and that's why I choose Extreme.
So what can excellent facilities, dedicated staff, and a welcoming atmosphere do for you? Head to Extreme Fitness to find out.
All right, where is that button? Here it is. Time for us to move forward and do some tidbit news. Yeah, we've had some serious stuff today, had a big fire story today, all that kind of stuff. But now it's time to go and...
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
spin the globe and look for some old ye old tidbit news.
Can you hear me okay?
I can. Wes is going to join me here on the radio today and the TV too for this tidbit news. There you are.
You remember that sign you used to have on your desk that said Henry Royce title means nothing?
Yes, I do.
I don't even have a title.
Well, you know, the thing is, it's just say, hey, I'll do whatever
That's how
is
long
required.
It's been since I've been in here. I don't even have a title to go under my name.
Well, we can get you like
face.
one of those little things put on your coat, like a lapel sign or something.
Title means nothing.
Yeah, well.
There you go.
Here, this story, actually, I feel bad because for you coming in here and helping me with tidbits today, because we don't do it very often. But this is, I got to start off with a sad story.
Okay.
But sometimes tidbits are funny, sometimes they're sad. Follow along.
Okay.
A New York lottery winner who used some of his $1 million prize to pay for a visit to the doctor was told he had stage 4 cancer and died several weeks later.
Oh, no.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I got that.
Donald Savastano won $1 million playing the New York Lottery's Merry Millionaire game. He said on collecting his prize that he bought the ticket on a whim, and he was hoping the money would change his life for the better. Quote, being a self-employed carpenter, I didn't really have a plan for retirement, unquote, Savastano told a TV station there. The money will help with that. He says, I don't have any other extravagant plans. I'll buy a new truck, I'll pay off some debt, and I'll invest for the future. As well as thinking about using his newly found fortune to book a vacation and buy himself a new truck, the self-employed carpenter also took the opportunity to pay for a visit to the doctor. Now get this, something he had previously not been able to afford to do. But during his appointment, the doctor told Savastano, who had reportedly been feeling unwell for some time, that he had stage 4 cancer in his lung and his brain.
I mean, that's just
sad.
So sad. It's really sad, but I mean, that's crazy that he hadn't been to the doctor. It's like, could he not go? He said he couldn't afford to go.
That's what he said. The 51-year-old died just 3 weeks after winning the jackpot and getting his diagnosis. 51 years old, 3 weeks from the $1 million to death. Danielle Scott, who worked at the store that sold Mr. Savastano his winning ticket, said he was self-employed, he didn't have insurance, he hadn't been feeling good for a while, I guess, and when he got the money, he went to the doctor, unquote. He had a friend come and talk to me, and they told me that he was very sick, and he had brain and lung cancer, and he was in the hospital, and they didn't think he was going to make it, she added. I was hoping the money was maybe going to save his life. According to his obituary, Mr. Savastano is survived by his mother, 4 brothers, and 2 sisters. The Queens native was well known for his high-quality carpentry work, And he always tried to reach out to help those that he could by teaching the right way to do things. He lived in Sydney, New York with his longtime girlfriend whose 2 sons that he helped raise.
Well, I hate to hear that.
Sad. It is.
It is sad, but it is noteworthy. Somebody that hits it big, and then it just kind of all falls apart.
You can't put it off like that. You can't do I'll get around to it when things get easy enough. Doesn't work.
If only he had, applied for like Obamacare or something.
Yeah, something. Yeah. I mean, but apparently he had a lot of pride, and apparently he did really good work too. But kind of a sad story. This is ironic. I didn't realize that you were actually going to be working today, so don't think that I saved this story for you.
Okay.
Or me.
Okay.
It just is a story that I actually had on hold for a couple of days. So here we go with tidbit news story number 2. Japanese scientists may have discovered a cure for baldness, and it lies within a chemical used to make McDonald's fries.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right. I can't wait to hear more.
A stem cell research team from Yokohama National University used a simple method to regrow hair on mice by using, and give me a second here, by using dimethyl polysiloxane. Dimethyl polysiloxane. That's the silicone added to McDonald's fries to stop cooking oil from frothing.
Well, sure, yeah.
Preliminary tests indicated the groundbreaking method was likely to be just as successful when transferred to human skin cells instead of trying to grow hairy mice.
Next time I'm going to upsize it to a large.
That's right. According to the study released in the Biomaterials Journal last Thursday, the breakthrough came after the scientists successfully mass-produced hair follicle germs, also known as HFGs, which were created for the first time ever in this way. HFG cells that drive follicle development are considered the holy grail in hair loss research. The scientists said the use of dimethyl polysiloxane was crucial to the advancement. Quote, the key for the mass production of HFGs was a choice of substrate materials for the culture vessel. Did you get that story?
I got that.
All right.
Yeah, dimethyl polysiloxane.
Yeah. Professor Junji Fukuda of Yokohama National University said in the study that, quote, we used oxygen-permeable they put this word in here too many times. The third time it's in here, they give me the acronym for it, okay? We use oxygen-permeable dimethyl polysiloxane, or PDMS, at the bottom of the culture vessel, and it worked very well.
That's because they don't want to associate, a male problem with something that sounds like a female problem.
I guess that's what it is. So it's a male. It's an intergender thing because it's tough for anybody to say the word.
All I know is I'm going to McDonald's today.
Yeah.
I'm getting extra fries.
See if that works on hash browns.
I have to ask Steve Goodson about that.
Yeah. These self-sorted hair follicle germs were shown to be capable of efficient hair follicle growth and shaft generation upon an injection into the backs of nude mice. That's the only kind of mice I thought there was, yeah.
Like as if these mice were supposed to have clothes on.
Maybe they got them just after getting out of the shower. Within days, Fukuda and his colleagues reported black hairs on the areas of the mouse where the chip had been transplanted.
Yeah.
Anyway, this simple method is very robust and promising, said Mr. Fukuda, who says he hopes the technique will improve human hair regenerative therapy to treat hair loss, such as androgenetic alopecia.
Right.
What do you mean right? Androgenetic alopecia.
Alopecia, yes.
Male pattern baldness is the English translation of that.
Yes,
Anyway, I can keep.
I've looked into it.
I can keep going here. There's a lot of other $20 words here.
You had me at nude mice.
Yeah, that's right. In 2016, the U.S. hair loss treatment manufacturing industry was worth $6 billion. This included companies that produced restorative hair equipment, such as grafts for hair restoration, as well as oral and topical treatment.
This may save the stock market.
McDonald's did not respond to Newsweek's request for comment at the time of publication. It's largely because, what can you say?
I mean, they're not going to respond because they don't want to. They don't want to comment on the dimethyl peroxysilox, whatever.
We don't play around with our stuff.
I'm just assuming it's taters cut up in little strips.
That's what it is. And they said, man, when you fry this, it froths up. So throw some of this jive in there.
Hair germs.
That's right. Hair germs.
I figured out. I finally figured out after all these years, I just washing my hair too much.
That's right.
I'm not letting the germs.
You're not letting the germs stay in for a while.
And I'm not eating enough McDonald's.
That's what we got. So you can work on that, okay?
But it seems like I was eating at McDonald's like whenever I got up to like 280 pounds. That's when I started losing my hair, and I was eating McDonald's all the time.
Yeah, well.
Now I just go in there to see my buddies now, and I just order something, just to eat, just to pass the time.
Well, keep us posted on that, all right?
Well, I mean, you'll have a visual example to go by. But and I was doing good because I was cutting out carbs a little bit, and I've lost 10 pounds.
Yeah, well,
it sounds
none of that in hair though.
I could gain it all back in hair
if you just get some nude mice working for you. That's what we got. Tidbit news. The phone's ringing. I hope it's not a complaint.
Why do you choose the pharmacy you use? Is it because of someone you know, or is it short wait times? Highland Pharmacy has considered all of these things that make your experience at the pharmacy pleasant. With a top-notch staff of pharmacists and techs you know and trust, 2 drive-through windows, and a commitment to not making you sit and wait any longer than necessary, you can see why so many choose Highland Pharmacy, and we invite you to come see us for your next prescription. Highland Pharmacy, just over from the TJ Health Pavilion, 301 Rogers Road. Call 270-629-4300.
All right. Wes got a listener who called up, want to know if Wes knew that Mickey Mouse wears clothes. He knows that.
I know that because every time I turn on the TV, all I hear is Mickey.
But he's fully clothed.
That's because Hank. That's what Hank.
So you know that, don't you? Okay. Well, I've told the listener I would ask the question.
If you hadn't been to Colton Steakhouse and Grill, what are you waiting for? Okay, maybe you need a special reason. Well, here it is. Our sizzling signatures. There's the Hawaiian ribeye, marinated for 72 hours and topped with fresh grilled pineapple. Or how about our Del Rio ribeye, topped with melted ancho chipotle butter and crispy onion tanglers. Both these mouthwatering sizzling signature ribeyes are available right now. Colton Steakhouse and Grill, where we know what's at stake.
Colton Steakhouse, now open in Bardstown.
The Weather Channel brings you the latest forecast, sponsored by Southern States in Glasgow.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Rain will taper off early on this Wednesday. A lot of cloud cover into the afternoon, and temperatures will not rise much at all today with some cold air in place. The high only around 37 degrees. That's about 13 degrees below average. Overnight, a clearing trend with light winds and a low dipping down to 19. Temperatures still will be running below average tomorrow, even though there will be some sunshine. The high will only hit 43. And then finally, some warmer weather to enjoy if you're going to be out on Friday, a partly cloudy day with the high reaching the upper 50s. I'm Jeff Maher from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Jeff. Call it an inch of rain we have had, and I'm looking at the radar screen, and the bulk of the rain's moved down into Tennessee, but they're still a little bit south of Somerset there, which is an ugly. That section of I-75 there going into northern Tennessee is an ugly drive when it's wet and rainy, but that's what's happening over there right now. Hopefully that can continue to happen with safety for sure. Let's see, and so the rain gauge's got an inch in it. We're waking up with 33 degrees now at WCLU, and this weather update is being brought to you as a service of Southern States.
The Empty Net. TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.